We're here with Nicolas party at Frick Madison, the temporary space, showing his new, or I guess viewing his new works on what?
Yeah, I mean, there's the big kind of murals that I did on site, and there's those two portraits that I've done for this exhibition, and the Roussel area that is owned by the Frick collection, like recently owned, like 2 years ago. So it's basically the old kind of exhibition is those kind of three elements together, I guess.
And then your work is temporary, like your piece, since it's oil pastels, they don't last.
Soft pastel.
Soft pastels. Soft pastel.
Yeah, so that's the idea that the mural it was done here. I came here for 2 weeks, and I did all that like on site. And when the show is over in March, it goes dust to dust, because it is like dust basically on the wall, and if you touch it, it goes away. So it's kind of I like the idea of being ephemeral, and like this kind of aspect of the work is, I think, very interesting to me, that it's just here for a little moment, and then it kind of basically goes on the floor and in the Hoover.
What kind of fixative do you use to keep the pastels?
No fixative.
No, really?
Yeah. It's yeah. You can see. I'm the only one who can do that. There you go. Oh, well, actually, that's not too bad.
I was kind of curious about the black, actually. How did you get it so black?
So it happened that this amazing kind of brand in France called Rocher Pastel, which is kind of dated to the time of Roussel in terms of recipes and the makers. And so recently, actually, an American kind of woman actually went to Paris and met Isabelle Rocher. Margaret, that's her name, and basically 10 years ago, I think more or less, she kind of invented that black. And that I discovered maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and yeah, I was kind of blown away, and yeah, it's really extremely intense. And it's the first time that I use it on that scale on a mural, so also it's very fun with the angle, because it kind of cancels the shade, like if you look at around, like you will always see, like, but here, like somehow it kind of flattened the space. It makes obviously the fabric kind of pop.
Pop out, yeah. What made you go with the fabric background?
So the fabric, it was basically those three kind of different kind of fabrics from three different pastels from other known 18th century pastel artists. So it's two Lyotard pastels and Quentin de la Tour kind of pastel here. And what was interesting to me is like they're both like full-length portraits, and I wanted to kind of focus on the fabric and the fashion, and to remove basically the body out of the image, and just like focus on this very kind of elaborated decorative fashion, because in the 18th century, the time of Roussel painting, also echoes to this Pellegrin man that is basically dressed up for a Venice carnival. So there's a lot of fun with fashion, with clothes, with makeup, with wigs. So it was a little bit of a kind of homage and like kind of clin d'oeil to all this kind of part of the 18th century. Also, what I liked about the free fabric is that they're all very kind of different. Like the portrait of Pompadour is basically, top of the line, Versace fashion type thing, which is like probably the most expensive thing you can find. And on the other side here, it's basically a pastel called La Chocolatière, which is basically a maid that is bringing, like a hot chocolate to someone. So it's basically like a very modest, there's no colors, it's probably like cotton or something. And it's on the other side here, it's kind of a very strange mix from the same artist, Lyotard, but it's probably a kind of a folk, kind of Turkish type of fabric. But this part here is like, like the mink kind of fur and gold kind of, so it's kind of a funny kind of mixed that you probably made up. And so there's like all those different fabric and fashion kind of aspects in the work.
And where's your studio based? Is it in New York?
My studio is in Red Hook in Brooklyn. Yeah, no, it's great. Like, so there's a bunch of artists there, and I have an amazing studio, and I feel like very, very lucky.
Well, that's pretty good, right? Yeah, good, great.
Awesome. There you go.
Quick little interview with Nicolas party at Frick Temporary Space, Madison.
Awesome. Great to be
done. Yeah.
Great to be done.
I need to figure out the sign out.